Whew, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yep, it's hot.
But actually it's not as hot as it's been being. We do have a little bit of a breeze going, and you can sit here without just breaking out in sweat.
I know. We're in Mississippi, and boy, I tell you what, we're right in the middle of a heat wave right now. It's been hot. But anyway, we've had a couple of people asked us to do I guess a walk-through kind of thing of the pontoon boat after, now that we've got it done. We sort of did one earlier, but we've had people asking, so we've put the pontoon boat in a slip nearby. We pay rent, and it's really convenient. We can ride down there and just hop on the boat and go. So we're gonna have to ride down there, and we'll do a quick run through of the pontoon boat, how it turned out, and that sort of stuff. So hang with us. We'll take a little ride and go see the pontoon boat and do an overall, this is how we ended up kind of video. So let's go.
Okay.
So I'm going to start right here. Of course, we talked about the paint in an earlier video. We painted an automotive red, and we didn't have a particular red. We just went, they got those cards you look through, and you know.
Well, the red we really wanted was a two-stage. You didn't want to do that.
Yeah. And this was close. This was single-stage paint, and that's what I wanted, just to do it in one pass. So we got that. The second thing I want to point out is the name of the boat. The name of the boat actually references my wife's name. It's I don't know. Her name came off of a movie. It was an Indian name, and the meaning of it was Morning Star, so that's why we named the boat the Morning Star. So that explains that. Other than that, we got on the front, I put some bar LED lights, which really lights things up at night. It had the little small ones on there that were not LED. So we put the LED lights on there. It's new carpet, new position lights, which are also LED lights. So with that, we'll step up into the boat. As you can see, the front of the boat, we've got a bench seat on each side, and we have the lounger, so two people can lounge up here if they want to. 6 or 8 people could comfortably sit up here. We're not sponsored by anybody, but we will say that all of our supplies we got for this rebuild came from pontoonstuff.com. That just seems to be the go-to place. Everybody gets their stuff. I saw other people had done theirs. I don't remember exactly. I think this was the deluxe seat, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, from the boards up is all new. You carpet. Did we get that from Pontoon Stuff? I don't remember if the carpet came from pontoonstuff.com.
That's been 2 years ago.
It's been a little while ago. But it turned out really nice. We like the furniture. It's pretty. It matches the carpet good. Of course, the table came, it was with the boat. We just reused that. We put new speakers in for the sound system. I put new, I guess you'd call, space, the lights down here.
Oh, yeah.
I got some small LED lights that put on the bottom of the seats, so you can get a little glow in here in the evening time if you want to.
Yeah, at least if it's dark out, we can at least turn them on and see.
Right. And we also repainted all the white. The white is also an automotive white. That turned out really good too. And I'm about to have to go upstairs in that building over there and pay for our slip. We rented a slip. It's not far from the house, and we're able to just come down here, hop on the boat and go, and that's really convenient. But it is time to go write that check, so we'll take care of that today too.
So the canopy was not purchased?
The canopy was not purchased. We looked at purchasing canopy, but honestly they were so expensive. It was like, I don't know, $1,700–1,800 to get a full canopy like we have on this pontoon boat. So we got this great idea that we would order the material And we still had the old canopy. It was pretty rough shape, but we decided to take it apart piece by piece, cut out the pieces from the new material. She took her sewing machine and she actually made this canopy, and I think it turned out really nice.
We started from one end?
We just started from one end and worked our way. We took the zippers off of the old canopy, and like I say, we
had to buy, what, 1 or 2 zippers?
I think we had to buy 2. A couple of zippers were in bad shape, so
yeah.
we bought 1 or 2, but for the most part, we took zippers off of the old canopy and put them on this one, and it worked out
honestly
good.
am no seamstress. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we don't do any of this for a living. I don't paint cars. She's not a seamstress, but you know, thank goodness for YouTube. You can watch YouTube and get a lot of good instruction, and it works. So
that works.
That's basically the front half of the pontoon. We'll turn the camera around and we'll show you the back half. So you can see on the back half of the boat, we put a kind of a wraparound bench right here. And of course, like all pontoon furniture, there's storage up underneath here, and we've got our life jackets and our throwable flotation device and different things, fire extinguisher. So we won't go through all that. You know what a life jacket looks like. So this works out good. 2 or 3 people can easily sit back here. Prior to the rebuild, this area right here beside this seat had a sink.
Yeah.
It had a sink. And honestly, we just found that we never used it, so we did not put that back on here. And this area works out perfect to put an ice chest. Actually, we've got 2 or 3 areas now where we can put ice chests and they're not in the way, or bag or whatever you might have for that particular day going out. Again, all of this came from, it's the deck mate stuff that came from pontoonstuff.com. Now over here, I'll turn the camera a little bit. For the driver's seat, I decided to go with one of these. I forgot what they're called, but you can kind of lean back on this. You can sit this way or you can sit that way, and actually it's similar to an ice chest up under here that I can use. This seat opens up like such, and you can put stuff down in there. That was just personal preference. I like this seat better, and that's what I went with for the rebuild. This area in the corner, I just got some stuff stored in there. We got a gas grill that mounts over on the side so we can cook while we're out if we like to. Prior to the rebuild, there was a toilet and a dressing area in here. It had a curtain.
Yeah, you could pull the curtain up
right
for privacy, but
there again, we found we never used it, so we didn't want to put anything on here that we wasn't going to use. It was just going to be in the way, so we left that area open. I've got a second table that can go right there. And like I said, I've got our stainless steel grill that mounts over here on the side, which we have used a couple times, and it works out good. This is a cover. This was the original board. We replaced the cushion and we made a new cover, and we upholstered that ourselves. So
for both sides.
Both sides, yeah. We recovered that ourselves. Nothing fancy, but it works great. So let me show you the console. So this console is new. There again, pontoonstuff.com. It comes as a solid piece. You have to cut a hole for everything. And this was probably one of the most time-consuming parts of the rebuild, was deciding what I wanted to put where. Obviously the steering wheel goes here, but everything else can be put different places. I bought the new glove box. I put it here. I put all of my toggle switches here that covers my lights and my horn, and I put a charge port here that's got a 12 volt on one side. It's got USB on the other side, so we can charge cell phones or whatever we might need to do. All new gauges. I put a new radio which has Bluetooth. It has a USB for a stick. It's got, of course, AM and FM. So anything we want to do is right there. Now you might notice these panels here have red on them. I actually made these out of fiberglass. I've never done fiberglass before. It's just an idea I had, and it worked out okay. But this is 3 sheets of fiberglass, so it's just thick enough to where it's got a little stiffness to it. And I cut them to fit the shape, and I painted them with the red that I painted on the outside of the boat, just to kind of break this up and give it some flair to it, I guess. It just looked a little too plain just by putting it on this plastic. So I did that little extra there just to give me some color up here. New steering wheel. This is the original throttle body for the boat. The one thing I did not change is the wiring harness. It's still the original wiring harness, and a little bit of a challenge there because, you know, by the time you unhook everything and strip this thing down, and when you get to this point you're ready to tie your wires back in, it's been months since you took them apart. So a little challenge figuring out what wires were what, but wasn't terribly bad. You know, there again, I don't do this kind of stuff for a living, and I figured it out, so it's not that bad. But anyway, the console turned out pretty. I like the red that we did on it, and the new radio, new gauges, everything here is new. It's all, you know, it's pretty much like having a new pontoon boat. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else we need to talk about for the rebuild?
The only thing we did was the lights on the outside, and this.
Yeah.
We showed it.
Yeah, I put some, and I'll show a little video of it here in the backyard. But I did put some red LED lights down each pontoon, so at night we can turn those on, and it gives us that nice pretty red glow out there on the water. But other than that, that's the pontoon boat. That's how it turned out, and we're happy with it. It's, you know, we feel like we've got a new pontoon boat without having to spend $75,000, because this is a 24-foot pontoon with a 115 4-stroke motor on it. So to buy that new now, you're getting on up there $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. So we're happy with what we got, and we hope to use it for a long time. We thank y'all for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed the tour. If you didn't watch the rebuild of this pontoon boat, we've got several videos back there you can go back and watch from start to finish, and we've also got a time lapse showing the complete rebuild. So thank y'all for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our channel. And other than that, it's Larry and Sansi, Forever Huff's Living. We'll see you down the road.